Hi, I'm Sarah Narwold, and I'm critiquing Robert's dramatization today. Early on in your story, you say that Scott has established in the military, Scott has enlisted in the military. The Peace Corps regularly lets strangers sleep in his house for free, and is now working as a health and safety manager in South Sudan. And the sentence about letting people sleep at his house seems kind of out of place since the other things are more about jobs. So you might want to remove that sentence so that way it kind of flows better and makes more sense since all of the other things are about jobs, but that one thing is about people sleeping at his house. You also described Craigslist as depressing but usually legal circumstances. Generally, when people talk about Craigslist, they kind of, at least I tend to, and people I talk with kind of think sketch or, the Craigslist killer, but not necessarily something that's depressing and legal. Like I said, at least that's what I talk to my friends about from the site. So you may want to think about maybe rephrasing or looking up what people generally think of Craigslist. And that opinion might have changed. I know a lot of people do use it, but you may just want to use a different word choice there. On page 3, there's a sentence that says, "The setup of the place seemed a little odd to him, but the place," and then it goes on. You use place twice in the same sentence, so I would maybe try to use a different word with that, maybe house perhaps. That's just a little tiny thing. The paragraph starting with "it didn't take long," I think it could have been a bit more dramatic and descriptive. Don't forget dramatization includes other techniques such as exposition, characterization, etc. But you did have some good things like reeking of booze, so that was really descriptive. But it's kind of mostly summary narrative, which is, there's nothing wrong with that. But I think that could have been a good quick scene, just a couple minutes, and really hone in on what is happening between Scott and his roommate at that point. Something I thought that would be interesting, but I don't know if it's possible, is to get the dialogue between Scott and his roommate when she chastised him for breaking their agreement. Does he remember the details? Does he remember what happened between them, what she said and what he said? Dialogue is important in dramatization, and I think that would be a really good place to use it, and I'm really interested to see what she said to him and how he responded to it, so I think that would be a good place to put dialogue. It kind of jolted me when all of a sudden you asked a question in the middle of the story. It was a bit jarring and stopped the flow a little bit. I don't think you need to be in the story at that point because it's really going. And I think you just need to maybe try another way to let the reader know about the rappers instead of you all of a sudden asking about them. I feel like there's a time and place for the author to be visible in the story, and I just don't think maybe that particular time was exactly it. But I know you were visible at the top of the story, which I thought was fine. That way we establish you're with him, he's retelling you, this is a reconstructed thing, and you weren't there. So this particular thing, maybe use some type of description instead. Maybe, bright yellow McDonald's hamburger wrappers are wadded up in the kitchen each morning, the faint smell of meat grease still lingering, or something like that. I think could be better than you asking about the wrappers and him having to explain. Just keep going with the story at that point, with his roommate clearly doing what she said she didn't want. Through your word choices and showing his actions, I'm really easily able to tell that he's really nice and patient with people. I can tell that through your anecdotes, and like he said that people could stay with their dog, but it would, need to be locked up or go with them. The fact that they still hung out together while they were there is kind of a testament to Scott's personality, and that despite having to tell people what to do, that they still wanted to hang out with him. So I thought that was, through those little stories, you've done a good job of showing his personality and showing his character and what type of person he is, because clearly he has a lot of patience to deal with the first roommate and then this other couple who has a dog staying in the house. Another place where I think it would be good to have a scene instead of the summary narrative is the couple with the dog. This could include dialogue also between Scott and them. What do they talk like? Where are they from? What type of personality do they have compared to Scott? I think this could all be brought out in dialogue, and that'd be kind of an interesting, just little short snippet as you think ahead to expanding the piece and making it longer for the 7,500 word assignment due at the end. This could make a short little quick scene. I mean, it doesn't have to be long, but it could encompass a few minutes of just what happens between the couple and Scott. Overall, this is a good start to dramatization. I know it's hard. I struggled with this assignment too. I met with Professor Massey yesterday and we talked through it because, I know I wanted to cram everything I could into it and really need to focus on scene. But hopefully my pointers from this video and then the written critique, which will have different comments in it, as well as Professor Massey's remarks, will help you with moving forward with dramatization and turning in your final draft for this assignment, and also moving forward to the big assignment here in a few weeks that's due. So good luck, good job, and I look forward to reading the rest of your stuff. Thanks.